A few months ago, Kevin James, yes, the king of Queens, love this guy. So he dropped $70 million on a newly built estate inside one of Boca Raton's most exclusive gated communities. And here's the thing, he's not the only one. So I don't know if you knew this, but after renting during the NFL offseason in 2025, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, yes, Tay-Tay, they are actually now rumored to be house hunting in that very same community. I'm talking, of course, about the Royal Palm Yacht and Country Club. It's the hottest ultra luxury market that we have right now here in South Palm Beach. So today I'm going to take you into this neat 700 plus estate community. I'll show you the ins and outs, what makes it so special, and why now more high net worth individuals than ever before are flocking into this community. And by the way, if you stick around until the end of this video, I promise you, I will spill the tea on what is actually quietly happening on the beach side of the town. And I can promise you, this is brand new. You will have not heard this anywhere before. So stick around. I think you're going to enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, please allow me 10 seconds just to introduce myself. My name is Maximilian Stalinsky. I'm a local real estate expert here in Palm Beach County. And my team and I, we have helped hundreds of families buy and sell here. And so the goal of this channel is to provide you local expertise and value so that you can plan your next move with confidence. Contact info is below if you want to shoot me a message or talk specifics. All right, let's get back to the video. So here's the assumption that really most folks have. If you want the best country club lifestyle in Boca, you have to go west. Whether it's the famous St. Andrews, it's Woodfield, or even Boca West Country Club. I mean, that's just to name a few, obviously there's more, but for many, I wanna say Gulf first buyers, that may ring true. That's probably the real deal. However, if you want maybe the full package, so outside of Gulf, you want deep water boating, you want proximity or even walkability to downtown and to cultural events, there's really only one address in Boca Raton that delivers all three. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Royal Palm Yacht and Country Club in Boca Raton. It's sitting just off the Barrier Island on the Intracoast in East Boca, and it's really just a few minutes away from Meisner Park, Palmetto Road, and of course the Boca Inlet. Now, many years ago, this community used to be a hotspot for locals, by locals. However, over recent years, it has actually become home to many affluent buyers from Palm Beach or even outside of Florida, and is currently, it has developed into probably the hottest luxury community outside of Palm Beach Island here in Palm Beach County. So I get this question all the time, what makes Royal Palm different? And that's a long list, so let's get into it. So the Royal Palm Yacht and Country Club has been around since 1959. It's built on about 450 acres along the Intracoastal. So if you look at it on a map, it's right there off the Barrier Island. Location couldn't be better. And it's right next to the Boca Raton Resort, which, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but Michael Dell bought that in 2019. Yes, I'm talking about Michael Dell, the Dell computer guy. So anyways, he bought that in 2019 for $875 million. And so Royal Palm has genuinely developed into, I want to say, a category of its own over recent years. And so to put this into context, over the last year, there were about 48 transactions in there. Now, if you consider there's really roughly only 700 homes, that is a pretty high number. We're talking about 7% turnover rate. That's probably twice as much as you would see in the rest of the market right now. Especially if you consider the average selling price in there is about $11 million. That's mind-blowing how fast things are moving in there, and especially compared to the rest of the market. Now, the most prestigious areas, or roads I should say, in that community are first and foremost, of course, Alexander Palm Road. Now, that road is situated on a little island inside the community, and most of the homes are facing actually the Intracoastal. And then some of them, they're facing the island parks. You have the best of both worlds. You have a lot of privacy, even though you're in the water. It's not really just somebody standing in the backyard right away. And then, of course, in second and third rank, you would have Maya Palm Drive and Royal Palm Way. But here's the number that really tells you the story of how this community is just in a league of its own. So luxury single family homes across Boca, they average around $650, maybe $700 a square foot. If you are on the water in East Boca, you're getting close to $1,000 on average, a little bit more, a little bit less here and there. But that overall, that's really the number. Now inside Royal Palm, that number is $2,235 per square foot. So that's more than 3 times the citywide average for luxury homes and twice as much if you compare it to other waterfront homes in Boca Raton. So this isn't really just Boca's most expensive neighborhood, it's really its own category. Why, you may ask? So Royal Palm has a unique offering that makes it stand out compared to really any other high-end communities not just in Palm Beach, but also down in Miami. So Royal Palm has 120-foot capable yacht marina inside the community and deep water canals that accommodate these gigantic boats with no fixed bridges to get to the Boca Inlet. And just for context, if you're on Palm Beach Island, for instance, you probably have about a handful of properties that really have that capability to have a yacht in your backyard. Now these homes, they all range anywhere between 50 to 100 million, maybe more. There's just very limited inventory for that type of home. And what I see a lot actually is that yacht owners that live on the island, they actually keep their yacht across the bridge in the West Palm Beach Marina. Now, to top it off, Royal Palm has also a Jack Nicklaus signature golf course. And you have yacht access plus the golf course. I promise you won't find that in Miami on Star Island or Bell Harbor, or even we just talked about Palm Beach Island. You're also not going to find that there within your community. Oh, and here's a little extra nugget for you. So the golf club membership is totally optional, which I know sounds crazy. This whole thing is built on a golf course. But hear me out. The community golf memberships starting at $210,000 initiation fee, and then it's another $30,000 in annual dues. They also offer social memberships starting at $75,000 initiation fee and about $22,000 in annual dues. So you can live here in that community, but you're not required to join the club at all if you don't want to, which honestly, in my opinion, this is genuinely rare among Florida's name and rank country clubs. Now add in that you're just about a 3-minute golf cart drive away from Mizon Park and Palmetto Road for dinner, shopping, museums, theater, whatever you want to do, it's all right there. So picture what that actually looks like on a day-to-day basis. You can go out, golf in the morning, you're still within the community. Then you come back, you take out your boat through the inlet by early afternoon. You go a little around, enjoy the day on the water. When you come back, you just jump in your golf cart and then whoop, drive over to Mizon Park, Palmetto Road for dinner. It's all right there. You have that convenience, that lifestyle. Everything is in proximity, unlike if you were out west in any of these other country clubs, you'd be driving for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And honestly, that is exactly why buyers like Kevin James are choosing Royal Palm Beach specifically over other communities right now. Now, if you want to get serious about planting roots in here, you should budget anywhere between $5 to $7 million, pretty much for an older home. So that's really your entry point into this community. And it's largely going to be, at that point, it's going to be at land value. Now, there's an incredible amount of new construction going on inside Royal Palm. And so what you'll see quite often is that a property that's sold for $7 million, let's say, gets torn down to make place for a new 10, 11,000 square feet mansion with all the bells and whistles. And that is going to go on the market then for roughly $25 million. So what's crazy is that kind of appreciation, price appreciation, was previously only seen on Palm Beach Island. And now you're seeing it in Royal Palm as well. It's been proving itself for a few years now. Kind of dynamic, it's mind-blowing. And it makes sense. In our previous video, we were talking about how many high net worth buyers that maybe would choose to live on the island, but there's just not a lot of inventory. They're looking for options outside of the island now. So they're expanding north, whether it's going into Northwood or checking out Jupiter, but at the same time, they're also expanding further south. And really the only address if you want to be in a high net worth community and you want to be close to the water or actually on the water, there's no other address like that one. You're going to end up at Royal Palm. So when you look at recent sales metrics, this is what I really love. So you'll actually find that the sales velocity inside Royal Palm is currently at about 4 months of inventory. And that is a pretty red and hot seller's market. So if you're looking to get your feet wet in there, you'll likely need inside scoop to have the winning bid on any of the most desirable homes. And if you would like to get in touch and maybe even have a conversation about that, get our insights on how we help folks win in this market, our contact information is below. We'll be happy to have that conversation with you guys. Speaking of off-market, so here's the part of this video that I actually want you to remember. While everyone really is right now watching Royal Palm, there's actually a small stretch on the barrier islands between Camino Real and Hillsborough Boulevard. So that's a beachfront corridor. That includes Spanish River Road, and that area is known as the Estates. So that area is where activity has really picked up dramatically. And now you're not going to see much of those sales on MLS or Zillow, homes.com, wherever you're looking for new homes. Because at large, these deals are all happening off market. Now, this is intracoastal to ocean territory, all right? We're talking about a really small stretch of land. It's walking distance, obviously, to the beach, and it's home to some of the oldest and most prestigious real estate that we have in the city. So what's notable right now is that not only waterfront homes are selling in that area at a higher pace off market. Obviously, you're facing Royal Palm on the intracoastal, so that was always prestigious, but also non-waterfront homes in the little stretch of land are selling like hotcakes right now. And so interior teardowns in that area, they're trading for well above $2 million right now, just in land value. So that's before anyone's built a single square foot of new home. So what we're seeing then is that these homes get removed, the old ones, old ranch, Florida style ranch homes. And then the new build is going to be a 4,500 to maybe 6,000 square foot large home. And that house is going to sell for anywhere between $7, $8, maybe $10 million, depends on the build out obviously. Again, but we're not talking about waterfront. This is non-waterfront homes. So that kind of pricing is usually unheard of, at least in our area, if we're talking about a non-waterfront home. But because you're just a few steps away from the beach, you're in a very calm, very private area. There's little traffic, there are pretty much no tourists. You're still just only about 5 minutes away from either the Boca Resort, or if you wanted to go to Meisner Park, obviously, or for argument's sake, you could also get a membership, obviously, at the Royal Yacht and Country Club. Which, by the way, the Royal Palm and Country Club and the Boca Resort, you can join both of them as an outsider. I think that makes this little stretch of land here on the Berry Island even more appealing. So what we're witnessing right now is that this entire corridor on the Berry Island is repricing itself. So in my opinion, at least, that is actually a perfect time to buy into that market before everybody knows about it. So here's a deal that, at least in my opinion, matters most if you're actually serious about buying in either of these areas. So for properties at this level, of this caliber, the best deals are increasingly not making it to the open market at all. So for 10 million plus waterfront estates specifically, off-market sales have become the standard strategy in many cases. So what that means is some of the priciest transactions in the entire region here, they close before a listing photo is ever taken. So my team and I, we have built our own database and local network specifically around this reality. And what we've done is we've helped a number of buyers secure properties in any of these areas before they ever hit the MLS. Now, in my experience, that head start is often the difference between getting the actual address that you want versus watching it sell to somebody else. So if you feel like it's worth having a conversation about your plans to move to Boca East, let's talk. Contact details are below. So in my opinion, there are 3 things to take away from today's video. Number 1, Royal Palm Yacht and Country Club is a category of 1 in Boca. It's the hottest community in all of South Palm Beach County right now, with deep water access for your yachts. It has serious golfing, obviously, and the location is just amazing. So close to downtown, to the beach, Meisner Park, Palmetto. What else can you want? So because of all these reasons, it is commanding more than 3 times the citywide average for luxury homes and more than double compared to other waterfront luxury homes. But all of that for good reason. Number 2, the beach corridor between Camino Real and Hillsborough Boulevard, so especially along Spanish River Road, is quietly repricing right now. So we talked about even non-waterfront homes, teardowns essentially, they're selling for dirt value well above $2 million before even a shovel goes into the ground. And number 3, at this price level, the properties worth having rarely make it to the public listing. So, which is exactly why access and relationships, local market knowledge, in our opinion, matters more than search portals. So picture this. Instead of refreshing Zillow for, let's say, 6 months, watching the good homes disappear before you even get a showing, you're the one that's actually getting the call first, before the sign goes up, before any pictures are taken, and frankly, before anyone else knows that's going to be available for sale. That, in my opinion, is what working with a team that is really plugged into this market actually buys. If you're starting to explore Royal Palm or the Spanish River Corridor, grab the free Palm Beach neighborhood guide that we've put together for you, and the link is actually below in the description. It breaks down exactly how these neighborhoods compare. It hopefully helps you filter what might be the better fit for you, depending on what you're looking for. And if you've got any questions about a specific property, the neighborhood, or budget questions, text or email me directly. Feel free to do that, no pressure. You can get a straight local answer from me. I'm happy to do that. And if you're serious about getting ahead of the market with maybe an off-market deal or off-market search, scan the QR. The code should be on the screen right now, and let's set up a call. My team and I, we've helped hundreds of families in this area here, and we'd be more than happy to add you to our client family as well. As always, thank you so much for watching and for spending time with me here today. If you feel like today's video added value to you, it would help us tremendously if you could hit that like button and subscribe. In any event, thanks so much for being here today, and I'll see you in the next one.